pause. If your friends don't pray for you, they are slaw and they are not your friends. Okay?
Yes.
On period. Hello, welcome back to Jess. As I'm Jessica, and I have two of my best friends with me today. To my left, your right, is Erin, and this is Bree. You might have seen this face before. She is like infamous on like YouTube and stuff. So, girl, how many subscribers? How many subscribers? I'm gonna put it right here. Subscribe. So today, we're gonna be discussing friendship. I've been looking at different relationship articles and stuff like that. I've been following Pastor Todd and reading his book. And just so happened on this weekend, my girl Erin was in town, and I was like, you know what?
Bro,
Wait till someone likes to rep their city.
Indeed. Allegedly.
All right. So I think all of us can have a conversation so that people can have a small background about how we met, how long we've known each other, why we're friends, why y'all my friend, or whatever you want to say. So
I met both of these beautiful young ladies at the University of Alabama because that's where we went for undergrad. And it's interesting because we all kind of became friends at the same time, but just in different ways, essentially. We were all resident assistants at UA, so that kind of brought us together in a way. I know, especially for Bri and I, but Jessica just randomly saw this girl at, what was it, Afro Night, Talent Night, because she could sing, y'all. And I was like, that girl can sing. Like, I like her voice, Jessica. Like, she just how they do, you know what I'm saying, when she was singing. So anyway, I don't know how this happened, but when she found out it was my birthday, and she texted me, she was like, hey, I want to take you out for your birthday so we can celebrate. And I'm like, what? Okay, like, all right. So we went out, and then that was it. And then Bri, I can't even tell you, we hit it off like from jump. Like being RAs, we were all in the same community. So we would always just kind of gravitate towards each other, and that's how that started.
yeah. Do you remember your first thoughts of meeting her?
No, I don't. Okay, I'm not the best at memory stuff.
You should know that.
You saw how she got quiet on
Right.
the last question.
No, I know what they tell me how we met. That's how I know. I'm the third party in it. So I don't know how we met. I know what brought us together and our connection. I know Erin was our liaison that brought us to connect. But I don't know. It was mesh. I don't know, because Erin didn't connect me with other people too, and we didn't mesh.
Well, I think most of our memories came from, even though we were RAs, Bree and I shared the exact same major. And
Oh yeah, I did.
oh Jesus, our senior year is when we bonded for real.
Yes,
real. Like,
yes.
late nights, both semesters. Our last
In class together.
Our last assignment, our capstone assignment, we did together. We partnered together, and I remember us being on a couch similar to this. It's not the same couch, and we were up to like 5 that morning of the due date. We were trying to push through. I will never forget that. But Bree and I held each other down senior year, honey, because baby. So we stated that we have been friends since college. So Erin has the best memory out of all of us.
Yes.
She said we met in 2011. We're gonna go with it. So that is 9 years of friendship.
Yep.
Consistent friendship at that. So when we're answering these questions, we can keep it just us. So, first question. How do you prioritize friendships? Since she answered first.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I had 1 year where I was intentional. And I think it was probably 2018 where I said, I want to be intentional about my friendships. I want to be a good friend. I've never been in a friendship. Well, I would take that back. I have been in one friendship where I was told that I wasn't being the best of friends. But with female friends, I'll say this. I haven't had any of my female friendships where they said that I wasn't a good friend, but I just felt the need to be better. And so I did that. How I prioritize my friendships now, you guys are effective at, because I will randomly have a day where I'm like, I'm going to message all my friends, how you doing? And so I literally will go down the list, how you doing, how you doing, how you doing? Being intentional because I really want to know. Or another way of how I prioritize my friendship in prayer. So like a lot of times, my friends don't know this, but there was one season where God had me praying heavily for my friends. And I would literally know what my friends were going through, but I never shared it with them. But I was praying for them and interceding for them. So I prioritize my friendship, not just with them physically or like over the phone, but spiritually as well.
Pause. If your friends don't pray for you, they are slaw,
Yes.
and they are not your friends. Okay?
Yes.
On period. And baby, when I tell you, the Lord heal her. So I send her a prayer list.
For real.
Yes. So that's how I prioritize my friendships. I make sure that I'm intentional with showing them that I care, that I love them. And then another way, because I love to pray, I pray for them.
Man, that's good. Because it was once upon a time, sis, when you want to be on the phone, you don't like being on the phone. Yeah.
She got a 59-minute policy.
And it used to be 2 minutes.
After an hour.
It's only when you're going through that God gives me grace. But if you just call to see how I'm doing.
No. So for me, the way that I prioritize, well, first let me say this about Bree. Like, since we're talking about like her praying, there have literally been times where like she'll be like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on with you? Like, are you having an issue right now?" And it's just like, they ain't working on my business, because we are very close, but sometimes we are in seasons where we are very quiet about our storm. For me, like one of the ways that I prioritize our friendship is understanding how to communicate with my friends. Like, I understand, like Bree got that 59-minute 1 month call. That's how we do it. Any other time we text. But that's just how Bree is. And so instead of me being upset for her not conforming to how I like to communicate,
That's good.
I understand how she communicates. And so that works for us. And even like with Jessica real sporadic. Like for me, she might call me at 8 a.m. Then she might call me at 1 a.m. It might be an idea, an issue, whatever it is. So that's just how we operate. So she got to be on my do not disturb. Just
No.
in case.
Oh, you talking about so I can call?
Right.
Oh, I was about to say I get through.
No, okay. But that's just how we are. And so understanding how they communicate and what's best works for me in prioritizing our relationships. And also understanding that their individual relationship doesn't mean that they're neglecting me or they, have forgotten about me, because now they're in close proximity. So Bree can come to Jessica's house, Jessica can go to Bree's house, whereas for me, it's a little bit longer of a drive. So understanding that just because Bree is talking to Jessica in this season about something that I may not know, or me talking to Bree, or me just talking to Jessica, whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean that they don't love me or they don't value my friendship with them. I know that God has directed each of us to be with who we needed to be closely connected with in that season. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something I really wanted to talk about. Just like the idea of understanding that you guys are going to have a relationship, I'm going to have a relationship, we're going to have a relationship. Even though we share a general relationship, and just understanding that when you guys are in that space together where God is using you or her for each other, not to be jealous or become envious, because or not even just jealous or envious, but insecure, because I recently had that conversation with you at the beginning of this year. We share a mutual friend that we all hang out, and I was just like, I just feel like, X, Y, and Z about the relationship, and this, I don't understand why, and I know it came out of a place of insecurity, but Brie had two options. She could have been like, girl, bye, like, we not gonna do this, like, you trifling anyway. Or she could have done what she did, and she loved me through that process. And I feel like that moment was pivotal, that was just actually one of my questions, was pivotal for us, because you didn't make me feel ashamed of how I felt. You were like, okay, why do you think, first off, let me apologize. I didn't mean to make you feel like that, but also, why do you think you feel like that? Let's uproot that thing. Like, we're not gonna settle in that. And now I see myself not having those thoughts, which if I would have never told her, I'll always be mad at Brie. And with Erin, like, I'm seeing other people posting, you know what I'm saying? That's not your friend, like, she my friend, you know what I'm saying?
So
like,
she got your back, like chiropractic. You hear me?
Like, can't nobody do our friendship like I can do our friendship, which is valid, but at the same time, I am not God. I cannot be omnipresent. I'm no one's superwoman, and that was a problem too. Like, I just wanted to be superwoman. I wanted to be there for you at have my hands in everything, but I'm flesh. I am flesh. And so just giving that up and just saying, I released that, you helped me with that. Like, that was a huge pivotal moment for our relationship, because you didn't embarrass me. You loved me through that. You continue to help me uproot the insecurities that I do deal with. Just being insecure about your relationship with other people, thinking that it's better than ours, when it's just another relationship.
Her other relationships are none of your business, right?
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Even if it is like a group, right? And a lot of times, because we feel like, well, we met each other together, so that should stay, but Erin can't minister to you like I can minister to you, and vice versa. Because there are certain things that Erin can minister in Jessica that Brie just can't reach, because Erin knows the deeper part of Jessica that maybe Brie hasn't had the opportunity to meet.
What is the word? Only sibling. I don't know the words, because I got how many siblings? How many siblings I got? I got 4. I got 4 siblings. So I'm far from being an only child.